Go ahead, Tom.
Sir, did you ever come to be acquainted with the Reverend E.V. Hill?
I know E.V. Hill very well.
Yeah, and what he did in downtown Los Angeles, Church
Yes.
of the Open Door, was very interesting. And I'm sure you know this, but I'll say it for the audience. The Reverend E.V. Hill pointed out that every young man, regardless of race, needs love, discipline, and respect starting at age 11 to 18 for them to mature as young boys, to, here come the hormones, and to truly mature into young men. And he warned that in his analysis of the terrible, what was going on in his backyard, and for people who don't know E.V. Hill, Church of the Open Door, it's down there just blocks away from USC, this great pillar of learning, and South Central Los Angeles, which has got all the reputations with the Crips and Bloods went on. And he pointed out that the gangs perfectly fill the hole that a fatherless home does with love, discipline, and respect. Because in the gang, I will love you and kill for you, and I will defend you with my own life. Discipline, you will not break our laws or rules, or you will be killed. And then respect comes from negative accomplishments. Here you go. You got to cap one of the other gang members today so that we can show that you're a man and you're part of us. And love, discipline, and respect is needed by young men 11 to 18, and the gangs perfectly filled the hole. And it's what you're talking about, the hole in the heart, and what the Woodson Center is doing. It almost sounds like the sermon I heard, that there's a God-shaped hole in the heart of every man, every person, and that you're trying to fill that.
And we have people we have models around the country of young men and women who have stepped up and are being, and we can measure. We can tell you 680 kids from one public housing project, one of the worst in the country, went on to college. We have an institution, Pineywood Day School. It's a boarding school that was started 115 years ago in Jackson, Mississippi. They pull from the same demographic as a Baltimore school. 96% of the kids come there, go on to college or post-secondary education, but they're from the same demographic as the ones who are failing in the public school system. So we have models of moral and spiritual excellence that builds on the same values. The challenge is, how do we resource them and take them and make them the centerpiece? For instance, the whole song, Rich Man North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony, 50 million people responded, most of them black, to his message. When you go on the internet, you will see that a lot of the black DJs to speak to that population in the black community resonated with his message. Yes, he's very popular.
Why do you think?
Because I think there is a deep thirst for virtue. There's a deep thirst to return to the values that sustained us from the beginning. But we don't have a vehicle for that desire to get expressed. And that's what we're trying to do at the Woodson Center, is to say to people, the millions, the guilty white people who put $100 million into Black Lives Matters and then put $50 million into this center at Boston University, Abraham Kendi, studying anti-racism. How could they raise $50 million in a year to study racism, and guilty white corporations give $100 million to Black Lives Matter? And both of those institutions are frauds. Why can't we invest that kind of money into institutions within the community, like Voices of Black Mothers United, like Pineywood Day School? So what we're trying to do to say, if you get more of what you reward and less of what you punish. So we really need to shift the focus of our investments in institutions that speak to the founding values of the country.